Hello, students. Hope you all are doing well. Many of you have asked me to discuss questions related to the three questions and in the bazaars of Hyderabad, respectively. So, today I have come to discuss some important questions related to the chapters. Now, let's start with the prose, the three questions. In the prose section, you will see there is another column making connections and quick answers, reference to context. So, in the part making connections, quick answers and reference to context are easy enough to do on your own. So, I'm leaving that on you. I'm going to start with question number 5 that falls in section read, reflect, and write. So, let's start with question number 5. What were the three questions after which the story is named? Now, this answer you will get in page number 17, first para, second line. The three questions are written. Moreover, the presentation which I have presented, in that presentation also the three questions are discussed. So you can go through the presentation again. You can go through the video again. Now, question number 6. Describe the changes in the wounded man's feeling for the king. What brought about this change? Now, this question is divided into two parts. So, you are going to write this answer into two parts. First part, in which you have to discuss about the changes in the wounded man's feeling for the king. So, the wounded man was feeling guilty that why did he attack on the king? So, he was feeling guilty, he was sad, then he apologized. After apologizing, he felt better. He showed his greatness by accepting his ill deed. Now, you must be thinking that why I've used the word greatness. So, I've used this word greatness because if you accept your ill deed, your misdeed, whatever wrong you have done, that is also the kind of it's a kind of greatness, it's a kind of virtue. So that it needs power to accept your mistake, right? Everybody can't accept their mistakes. So these are the keywords I have written. I suggest you students to use these keywords and make full sentences, meaningful sentences you're supposed to make. So this one you just keep in your mind that I have given you the keywords and you have to change these keywords. You have to use these keywords in order to make meaningful sentences. Now, question number 7. In the story, it says that the hermit was renowned for his wisdom. Would you agree that the hermit was a wise man? Support your answer with close reference to the story. Now, the first part of this question would you agree that the hermit was a wise man? So I totally agree. That is what written here. Now support your answer with close reference to the story. So the answer of this part is given here. A wise person always waits for the right time. Remember, magic never brings change in a person. A person has to go through various difficult situations in order to understand the truth of life. Here, the king wants the same. That is why the hermit, instead of giving him the answers instantly, wait for the right time. Also, the hermit, while giving the answers to the king, relates the entire series of past events for his better understanding. Yeah, you understand, children, that I've started with a general sentence that a wise person never gives answer instantly. He waits for the right time. He waits for the right moment to come. So here, the wise person, king, hermit, he also waits for the right time to appear, and then only with the help of by relating the sequence of events, he answered the questions which he asked to him. So this answer you can relate, but try to write your answers on your own. Don't just copy the answers what I have given you. And in the third line of this answer, here it's written, here the king wants the same, right? It should be, here the hermit wants the same. And that is why the hermit, instead of giving him the answers instantly, wait for the right time. Here is a technical problem. Because of that, the computer took king automatically. Now, moving towards the next section, that is read, reflect, and write. Which narrative point of view does the story have, first or third? So, the story have third narrative point of view. The story is narrated in the third person. So, if you just open up your book and see the very first paragraph, the narrator is telling the story. The narrator is not the part of the story. If a narrator is a part of the story, so the story is narrated in the first person, but here the narrator is not the part of the story, but telling a story, narrating a story, being a third person. So we can say that the story is narrated in the third person, and hence the story has third narrative point of view. Now, themes. What are the themes discussed? Question number 9 asks you about the themes. What are the major themes discussed in the chapter? So, the themes which are there, the major themes which are there, these are written, wisdom, knowledge, kindness, forgiveness, acceptance. These are the major themes discussed in the chapter. Now, moving towards the next section, that is word wall. Page number 22, question number 1. You will see, children, that in this particular questions many the words are written, and you have to just circle the odd one out. So for your convenience, I have already circled the odd one out. Question number A, it should be confuse. Question number B, discord. Question number C, damage. Question number D, trivial, that means unimportant. Question number E, decorative. Now, here's a note just written at the bottom. Grammar time. For this, I will upload another video covering noun and articles in brief. So, children, it was not possible for me to, again make a proper video and just attach it here related to noun and article. So what I have thought of, that I'm going to upload two more videos based on noun and article. So just be in touch and like and subscribe my channel so that you will get notifications as any video will be uploaded. Now, moving towards the next chapter, In the Bazaars of Hyderabad, written by Sarojini Naidu. In this particular chapter, some reference to context questions I am going to discuss, because I think that I felt that those questions are tough for you. So that is why I'm going to discuss with those questions with you all. Now, question number 2B3. Pick out the simile from the above lines. Now, there was a stanza given, and in that stanza, the simile was in this line: frail as a dragonfly's wing. Now, I just want to make you a note here that you remember simile is used when two things are compared using like as such. So, whenever you will see that the two things are compared, and for comparison we are using like as such, so there is simile. Here, frail as a dragonfly's wing. Right? So, here bells are compared as light as dragonfly's wing. Now, question number 2C2. What is the significance of white blossoms? Now, the answer I have already written. White color is the symbol of peace, and blossoms have fragrance. So, white blossoms are used at funeral with a purpose. It gives peaceful sleep to the soul which has left the body. So, this answer you are going to refer. Now, imagery. The last section of this chapter is appreciation, that is imagery. In this particular section, we are going to read about 5 kinds of imagery. But before that, you should know what is imagery. Let us discuss. It is the use of language to evoke pictures in the minds of readers or listeners. Imagery appeals to senses. The most effective imagery uses as many senses are possible: taste, touch, smell, sound, and sight to help us imagine the scene. Now, for your better understanding, children, I have there is a picture. You can just look at the picture. Whatever, like here, 5 kinds of imagery is given: taste, sight, sound, smell, touch. Now, there are many things which we can taste, right? So the moment we see that picture, for example, if you look at jalebi, So you know that what the taste is, what's the taste of jalebi. So immediately in your mind one image will be created. So there the imagery is, right? Now sight, the tiny red ant climbed up the broken wing. Now here side, this particular scene you have seen tiny red ant and how it is climbing, up the broken twig. Now, third one, that is smell. The sweet smell of freshly baked apple filled the air. Suppose you have a cake in front of you, right? And you can smell that cake. The cake is being cooked, and you can smell that cake, the fragrance, the sweet fragrance, aroma of that cake creates an image in your mind. That before also if you had that kind of cake, so it will create an image in your mind. Now the third one, that is sound. The car squeaked every time I hit a bump in the road, right? So there is a sound, so it is related to the sound. This is also an imagery. Now the last one is the sharp edge of the paper cut my finger and made it sting. Now because of the sharp edge of the paper, your hand gets cut, right? So you can touch that, you can touch, while touching the sharp edge of the paper, you can feel that the edge of the paper was sharp enough to cut your finger. So this is also imagery. Now in your book there was a section in which you have to find out from the book, from the poem, you have to find out what are the visual imagery, what are the olfactory and gustatory imagery, and what are auditory imagery. I just want to discuss with you all again that visual means whatever you can see, right? Olfactory, that is whatever you can smell. Gustatory, whatever you can taste. And auditory, whatever you can hear. So what are the things which we can see and creates an image in our mind? So that these are turbans of crimson and silver. You can imagine turbans. The moment I say turbans of crimson and silver, so you can imagine, red and silver colored turban, that cap. Now tunics of purple brocade, mirrors with panels of amber, girdles of gold for the king, for the dancers. Sorry, girdles of gold for the dancers. Now olfactory and gustatory, fresh saffron, fresh ground sandalwood, henna and spice, sheets of white blossoms, lentil and rice. Now auditory, playing of a drum, you can hear that. Playing of sitar and sarangi, this also you can hear. Chanting of spells, crying of fruitmen. So children, in this video, this much only. We are in the next video. I'm going to discuss with you all the third chapter. Till then, take care. Bye bye.